Hey folks, I'm Marty. Welcome back to B Music. This is a very short video about a very cool plugin. It's from Waves and it's called MaxxBass. It's a kind of a harmonic synthesizer, so it adds harmonics to your signal and it looks like that. And what it basically does is, as you can see, we have here a original signal from the bass, and here the MaxxBass, which is the yellow curve here. And you kind of can add to the original signal generated harmonics. So what this does is the signal will get much fuller and the tone of the bass will get much richer, so it will sound better. So now let's just go quickly through the display here, what we have. So here you can see the frequency for the original and the MaxxBass with a slider here where we actually set the frequencies where the harmonic starts. And here is a dynamic section, which is a compressor, but it only affects the harmonics. So from the MaxxBass, you can set here the ratio from 1 to 4, also 4 to 1 or 1 to 1. When you set it to 1 to 1, it pretty much doesn't compress anything. Here we have a response, so a release time. And here you can set a high-pass filter for the generated harmonics, goes up to 24 dB, and also with a decay for the upper frequencies, as you can see, right? And those three sliders here, the first one is the input slider, and the second one is the slider for the original signal, so for the bass, and the third slider is the MaxxBass. And you can see it kind of as a dry and wet knob. So when you increase the MaxxBass, you probably want to lower a little bit the original bass and vice versa. So you have to play around with that to get the tone you desire. And finally, you also have a output lever meter with a clip indicator. And here is the monitor section where you can toggle between the mixed audio, the MaxxBass, and the original bass, so just the frequency, which you can see here in the blue line. And well, first let's listen to the song or the tracks a little bit, so what we have to work with. Alright, so as you probably hear, the bass is a little bit on the thin side, not very present, and this is just a short 4 takes or tracks that I recorded a couple of time ago, and I thought this would be a good example for the MaxxBass. Firstly, I added just a little bit of compression to the bass to get it a little bit smoother. And I also added a EQ with a little bit of a boost of 100 Hz and a little bit of a boost of 3000 Hz. So this is kind of where the, if you want it like that, the crispiness of the bass is, so you can also hear it a little bit better on smaller speakers. And now let's engage the MaxxBass and you will immediately hear what it does. Let's turn it off. And again on. Alright, so as you probably hear, if you have good monitoring system or you listen to good or with good headphones, the sound is much fuller. The bass itself is more present and it sits better in the mix. So now let's listen just to the bass here and listen what we have. So this is the combined signal. Now let's listen just to the generated harmonics. And let's move the slider a little bit. So here we have now just harmonics in the very, very low frequencies, and it gets much quieter because your system probably won't play them back. But I think a good starting point for bass is always around 80 or 60, around that. Here with the ratio, when you increase it, it compresses the harmonics a little bit more, and at the same time you probably want to turn the MaxxBass a little bit down because it gets a little bit louder. So this is with no compression. This is with full. So maybe leave it at 3-to-1, around that. Here you can also set now the high pass. So here we have the very low frequencies generated here. So let's get back now to the both signals, and let's increase the MaxxBass a little bit. So this is without any generated harmonics. Sounds quite like a bass, right? Right, now let's turn back to the mix and let's disengage it first. Can really overdo it. So I think you kind of get the point what you can do with this plugin. It's also very, very cool on synthesizers. So when you really want to enhance the very low frequencies, or when you have bass drops, you can do that really, really good. Or if you are a kind of a sound designer and you work for film or something like that, and you really want those big explosions or any other low-end frequency stuff in movies. So this is a very, very cool plugin for that. And let's quickly now let's turn it off again to the MaxxBass here. And as you can see, the MaxxBass, I have a little bit of compression and also a EQ with a little bit of a top end boost of 12,000 Hertz. And here you can also add the MaxxBass to add overall a little bit more low frequencies instead of boosting just the EQ here. It's a little bit different tone, and let's try that out. Right? So here all the instruments have a little bit more low end to it, especially also in the drums. So let's listen to the drums here at the beginning. First without. Now with. Okay. Let's listen now just to the MaxxBass frequencies. So if you have a good monitoring system, you hear that now. And as you can see, I dialed in lower frequencies, which is around 60. So you can go up here. Let's leave it maybe at 65, around there. Didn't add any of the compression. Again with. This sounds way more fuller, and I think you kind of get the point with this plugin. Try it out yourself. Just download the demo on the Wave site. I think it's a really, really useful plugin, and I probably use it much more in the future. And thanks for watching. Please subscribe, and as always, happy recordings, and see you in the next video.